Hello everyone. So it's been about a week since obviously I posted my last video, and I'm trying to think of some video ideas that are not just sit down videos, because I feel like that's all I do. But with me being like a book YouTube channel, there's not really much I can do that's not sitting talking about books. However, I am filming a separate video on the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge that I have decided to try and complete. So if you don't know what that is basically where you read all the books that Rory read throughout the whole series of Gilmore Girls. And I'm adding in clips like as and when I read a book off the list and then tick it off. And I actually went to the library on Monday. It is now obviously Wednesday as I'm filming this, and unfortunately they didn't have any of the books in that I asked for, but they've ordered a couple of them in for me, so I'm gonna go and pick those up next week. So I'm actually not sure when that video will be posted, because like I said, it will be filmed over a couple of months. But this video today is going to be a reading wrap up for the month of February. Now, I just feel like this year is going so fast already. Like, how is it already March? Like, that's just mental. And I feel like I've only just done my January reading wrap up, and this now I'm doing February's reading wrap up. So in January I read 11 books. Some of them were very quite short though. But in February I only read 5. I read 5. So some of them were quite thin, and I wouldn't say I went into a reading slump in February, but I would say that some of the books I got a bit unmotivated with, and I felt like they were quite repetitive, and it did take me a while to read them. So these are the 5 books here. Just move this way a little bit. So the first book that I read was The Vampire Diaries: The Struggle by L.J. Smith. I might as well tell you now, these are all Vampire Diaries books. So if you don't like the Vampire Diaries, or you don't like the look of these books, then you don't have to watch the video. But this one I actually really liked. It is the second one in the series. Now, I have actually already read the first and second one a couple of years ago, but obviously when I bought the book set, I decided to reread them all. So in this one, we've just been introduced to all the characters. However, these books are so different from the TV show. Like, honestly, they are just worlds apart. However, when I was reading them, I was trying not to have the TV series in my mind, otherwise that would have spoiled it for me. But I do prefer the show to the books. With the books that I've read so far, they're just worlds apart. They're so different, honestly. And usually I prefer the books over the movie / series adaptation, but in this case I do prefer the TV show. So I read this one in a couple of days. I think I rated it a 4-star. There's not really much else I can say on it, to be honest. I am doing a separate video. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm going to be doing a separate video on my opinions on the Vampire Diaries book series. I'm only on up to book 6, and I've now decided to take a bit of a break and read some other books in between, because after a while they do get very repetitive. But you will see that in my March reading wrap up. So the next one was The Fury, and to be honest, this one was a bit better. If I'm being completely honest, I don't even think I can remember what half of these are about, because they just, I don't know, I just couldn't get on board with them. I am still going to finish the series, but yeah, they all, like I said, they all felt very repetitive to me. Now, this one is where it starts to get a bit better. I still can't remember what this one is about, but I did read these in the beginning of February and we're now in March, so it's been a good month since I read these ones. Again, I don't really know what I can say about it, to be honest. This video is going to be quite short. And then book 5, I actually quite enjoyed book 5. Now, these two are the thickest ones. and it did take me a while to read them, but I did get through them. Now, this one and this one sort of follow on from each other. Now, without giving too much away, in this one, Stefan gets taken, and the town where they all live is like overrun by evil, and they have to travel to a different dimension to save Stefan. And Elena and Damon sort of start flirting and falling for each other, even though she's in a relationship with Stefan. Now, the timeline of the books are very, very faster, I would say, than the TV show, because with the TV show, Elena doesn't get, here's a spoiler by the way, so skip this part, but Elena doesn't get turned into a vampire until season 4 in the TV show, and in the books, she literally gets turned into a vampire at the end of the first book. So this timeline is quite a lot faster than the TV series. Now, I think I rated this one 5. No, I don't think I did. I think I rated it 4 stars. By the way, if you can hear anything in the background, my cat is sat washing. Now, the next one was Shadow Souls. And again, this one obviously followed on from the previous one that I've just showed. And again, they have to go back to the dark dimension where Stefan was taken. They do have him back at this point, but they have to go back to retrieve a weapon or something like that to save the town from the evil that is overrunning it. And I actually think this one was a 5 star, or maybe 4 star, because I really enjoyed it. I think this was my favourite one in the series so far, book 6. But is it the best book I've ever read? Absolutely not. Hence why it only got 4 stars. But overall, the books have been okay so far. I think it's because I've watched the TV show first, and in my mind, without meaning to, I do keep comparing it and thinking, this is so much different. This is so very different from the series. So I feel like because I've got the TV show in the back of my mind, it's sort of ruining the books quite a lot for me. But I have been watching The Vampire Diaries, the show, since I was about 11 or 12. And I never really had any interest in reading the books up until last Christmas, when I obviously bought them with my Christmas money. But yeah, I am going to read the rest of them. Let me just get the set that they come in. Oh, flipping heck. So that is the first one. I've already read that one. Now, I have that many left, 7 through 11. Oh, wait. I've read number 7. So why is it not? I actually read 6 books. Did I? Hang on a minute, guys. Let me just go and figure this out and I'll be back. Right, no, I was right originally. I was right, completely right. I have only read 5, but the reason I got confused was because I've already read the 7th one, but I finished that in March, so that will be March's reading wrap up. That's why I got very confused, because I saw that I'd already read 7 and I was like, what's going on? So I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 left in the series. Now, the last 3 are quite thin. I mean, these 3 are not the biggest. But I am, like I said, trying to take a break from this series, because with them all being fantasy as well, I feel like I've read a lot of fantasy books recently. So I'm trying to take a break in between and read some different genres, and then I can come back to this series feeling refreshed and motivated to pick it up again. I don't know when I will pick this series back up. It might be March, it may potentially be April. I do not know, but you shall see in my March reading wrap up, I guess. Just to make this video a little bit longer, because I think I'm only on about 10 minutes and my videos are usually a bit over 10 minutes long. I will show you the book that I'm currently reading. It is Wilder by Rebecca Yarros, and oh my gosh, let me just say now, I absolutely love this book. I am only that much of the way through. I'm on page 138 and I started it a day or two ago. And wow, it is just absolutely amazing. This is by far one of the best books I've read in so long. I actually got that one for my birthday. But yeah, I'm not going to go into any more of what I plan to read this month because obviously that will be in my March reading wrap up. Now, I don't know what next month's video, sorry about that everyone, my cat was crying for me. But I don't know what next, I did say next month, but I meant next week. I don't know what next week's video will be, but you shall have to wait and see. So I'm very, very sorry that this video has been a bit all over the place. And I know I've only pretty much read books from the same series, so this video might have been a little bit boring. I do apologise for that. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You don't have to, don't feel obliged. And yeah, I'll see you in next week's video. Bye everyone!